Soup, soup, let's start the show.
Welcome.
There's 6 people back there.
So usually, there's 6.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
We just didn't know.
I didn't know.
So we thought we could be loud and not scare anybody.
Yeah, I thought we were. I was just like, oh, there's nobody in the back door, and I was like, maybe we should start. We've never started with 0 people in the back door. Maybe we should just start. And then right before the countdown finished to start the recording, Chase was like, you can be loud. You won't scare anybody. But apparently we did. We scared 6 people. So welcome.
Oopsies.
One day we will look back on this and laugh endearingly.
Or cry.
Thinking about, remember those days? Remember those days when we had 6 people in our back door? With those thin, those anemic days before our following hit 20. In a way, this feels like, what do they say? Madness is repeating history and expecting a different result.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Yeah. I will say, like, I truly feel like the reason, at least the reason I do the Neverdaily still, is because it's a major outlet for my brain. Like, I'm always collecting weird things. I'm always bookmarking. I'm like, that's weird. Really? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. And now I've got a place where I can like share them. There's been, we've had hosts on the Neverdaily in the past where it was drudgery to come up with things. Like they're like, it just got tiring. I'm like, how can that get tiring? Like, doesn't your brain work like mine, where you have like a weird library of Alexandria where you want to know about every shipwreck and the biggest and the smallest and the longest and the weirdest and the, darkest.
According to Shane Gillis, that's just early onset republicanism. Is being fascinated by history.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's funny. Also, that dude is wicked smart when it comes to
smart.
Like, what's funny is I think he's well versed in history, but he seems wicked smart because he knows more history than other comedians. Like you probably, it could be a pretty shallow pool if he were to do a podcast on history. It'd be funny as heck. But probably there are other historians where you'd get a lot more out of it. But we all think he's super smart because, he's more up on history than other comedians.
Which doesn't take a lot, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. I have a bit of an admission to make. If you like the This Is True stuff that I share, I think I mentioned this before, but you can be like me and you can actually get the emails sent to you so you can read all the This Is Trues.
From our
They
friends.
send one out it looks like once a week. They send a This Is True email, and it's chock full of funny, weird history, weird news. I just committed to something because I enjoy it so much. But if you just are on the free email for This Is True, the email comes and there's probably, upwards of 20 news of the weirds in every email. And I feel so funny saying it's I'm on an email list because that feels like very 2002.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah. But in the emails, there's like 4 or 5 that are the full story that you can read. The rest are premium only. And I committed just today to premium only. So.
And if anyone else wants to, discount code. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't really
even know who we are.
Code. I don't have one, but
tell them we sent you, and maybe one day we'll have a discount code.
It is kind of cool though. Like when you sign up for premium through This Is True, I like companies that do this kind of thing. You go to add to cart, and then you get down in there, and then it says, "What do you want to pay?" I like that. They recommend obviously and everything, but You know, it's fun. It's fun. To kick things off, like an extension of the Neverdaily podcast that nobody else has. Well, no, a few lucky recipients, and then just a smidge of unlucky recipients receive direct messages from me on Instagram with the dumbest, weirdest, cringe. I've got a short list of people that get accosted with my check this out email messages on Instagram. So I have a bit of asthma. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, geez. I thought I'd bring just one nugget today. This was a real commercial. This was a real commercial I'm about to play for you. A lot of reasons to watch the Neverdaily podcast on Spotify, to watch us. We're ugly and we're dumb looking, and we have faces for podcasting.
And we have beards and hats every time.
But every once in a while, we share something that's worth watching, and this is one of those things. I'm not going to tee it up much, except for it's a commercial for a product that this guy invented called Synth Coke. The best way to describe it just really quick is it's fake cocaine. And he came up with it.
Delicious.
And really, like, the backstory I've made up in my head is this guy's like, he's from the Bronx, you know, and he works down at the docks, and he works with the fish, you know, deliveries and the boxing and the packaging of the fish and whatnot. And one day he was like, you know how I can make a mint is if like I made fake cocaine and sold it in little containers, and you could order them and, like, you know, give it at parties, and people would be like, hey, thanks for the Coke. And they wouldn't know it's fake, but you just gave them my product called Synth Coke. So now I'll play the commercial and you'll be like, I think you're right, Sam. I think that everyone's going to be like, you're a genius because you've nailed it. Here is the commercial for Synth Coke.
Did you know he did that in one take?
Dude.
100% you know he just did that in one take. He's like, good enough.
Good enough. Like, just like the amount of gumption that it takes to not only make the product, you know, I gotta order a bunch of bottles. I gotta buy a bunch of little brown bottles. Where can I get those? Vinny, hey Vinny, do you know where I can get those brown bottles? You can get it like apothecaries. And he's like, yeah, I got a guy. And, you know, so he gets like 250 bottles and they empty. And then he's like, what do you think I could fill them with that looks like Coke, but also won't kill someone if they sniff it? You know, like, think of all the things he had to do to come up with Synth Coke. And then he's like, now I got to make the container card that you put the Synth Coke on to, you know, hey, Vinny, do you know anybody that could print those for me? This guy's like a couple $1,000, you know, invested in the branding and packaging.
He's got some sixth graders just crushing up the white Smarties furiously with their freaking rulers. Something,
because you know that, like, he got a street recipe for not Coke. And then he was like, all right, look at that. You know, he brings over Vinny. He's like, Vinny, look, 250. If I multiply that out, you know, and I factor in the fact that, you know, amongst these 250 sales, maybe I've got a couple bad checks. Maybe, but 250 at $9.95 a pop, I'm rolling in it. All right, tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm recording the commercial. Really? Who you getting to do the commercial? Brenda, of course. Brenda's going to do it with me. Brenda said she'd do it. Man, she's hot. How'd you get her? How do you think, Vinny? Obviously, I told her I was going to give her Coke. Like, this is awesome. And also probably kind of illegal.
Yeah.
But I just love his gumption. Can I play it again? Can I just play it one more time?
Yes.
Because it's just so funny. Here we go. Synth Coke. commercial. Manhattan.
Is it
Synth
snow
Coke.
or is it?
Here's the other thing about this that I'm making up in my head. He wanders around town with a box around Manhattan. He walks into adult bookstores, adult shops, and boutiques. Everywhere he goes, he doesn't have to introduce himself because he's a purveyor of their goods. So he walks in and they're like, "Hey, Randy, what's up? Hey, Gary, wanted to talk to you a bit about a prospect. I noticed you got a lot of open space here on your counter here at the cashier's desk. I would like to procure some of that space." Like, I got it on lock on how this guy did it. What I want to know now is how long he was in business. How long he did Synth Coke.
But you know that 100% of his profits went to his own cocaine habit.
To Coke. Yeah. That's the beauty of this. And in his head, it's a little like an Uncle Rico scenario. He's like, yeah, man, those are the heady days. I did so much Coke, real Coke. Everybody else was using my Synth Coke. I was coking my cojones off. And those are the heady days. Now he's got 2 kids and they're both working blue collar jobs. He's been married and divorced twice.
Yeah.
He's got a stepdaughter.
Who's wicked smart.
She's smart. She's the only one that went to college. It was a community college. And she went for origami.
Mm-hmm.
And now she works in a spiritual healer's shop downtown Manhattan. We're so proud of her. She shows up at Thanksgiving, reads everybody's palms. It's like the best. My life is so awesome. What are you doing these days? Oh, I sell phone books. Do people still buy phone books? Not really.
He sells the phone cards.
Phone cards.
Yeah.
He sells phone cards to people in Chinatown. And pages to the people in the Jewish quarter. Oh, wait. No, never mind. Not pagers in the Jewish quarter. I don't know. Did you hear about pagers?
Oh, yeah. Blowing up and...
Never mind. No pages. We're not selling
They figured
pages.
out how to overload the batteries, causing them to burst into flames.
And I also he got divorced, right? He got divorced, but he's one of those people where his wife...
You mean his old lady? That's
his
what he
old
called her.
lady.
Yeah.
She still talks fondly of, hey, Jerica, hey, you seen Gary lately? Yeah, Sam. I just love him so much. I don't know. He doesn't have passion. What do you mean? Isn't he the progenitor of Synth Coke? Well, yeah, but I never saw any of the profits. All I wanted was a fur. I just wanted a fur, and he couldn't get me a fur. Now I'm with Bill, and Bill got me a fur. So.
It's mink.
It's a mink. Is it real? No, of course not.
Synth mink.
It's synth mink. Oh, yeah. All right. How about I tell you a couple things from This Is True?
Yeah, our friends.
Our friends at This Is True. The Toronto, Ontario, Canada Transit Commission has a new... Huh?
I've been there and ridden on their transit.
Have you?
Yeah. It's been
Let's
a minute,
see.
but yeah, I've ridden their subway system and their trains and stuff.
The TTC, as they probably call it, all about town.
Mm-hmm.
The Toronto, Ontario, Canada Transit Commission has a new strategy to deal with troublemakers on its subway platforms. Oh, this is intense. Publicly calling them out.
Oh.
Transit staff will monitor cameras and then deliver real-time announcements over station loudspeakers, announcing anyone committing crimes or bothering other passengers. Look there, hey, that guy right there. What? That guy right there by the look, watch out for him. He's stealing things, guys. The idea isn't very popular, though, even with insiders. Quote, we're actually investing in supports for people in crisis who may be homeless, who may be using drugs. said Diana McNally of the Housing Rights Advisory Committee. Quote, and I feel like this naming and shaming scheme of calling out bad behaviors on the TTC is actually going to undermine that work. TTC Chair Jamal Myers says that won't be the case. Quote, we're going to be calling out specific people who are engaging in antisocial behavior and telling them to stop. And if they don't, appropriate steps will be taken, he said. However, we will be making a distinction between someone engaging in antisocial behavior versus someone who is unhoused or someone having some sort of mental health crisis. How is my question? How? Like, that really says a lot that your program can somehow determine by looking at someone over a camera whether they're homeless or crazy. The crazy part also would be really hard because typically those people don't show crazy until they've like kicked a person down into the subway well, you know, and then you're like, oh wait, get on the speaker. All right, that person's not just homeless. I'll give you one more and then we'll move on. Last week. Nope. Here we go. It was the stuff of an action movie, except few stunt drivers would ever actually try it. A 19-year-old driving on a 2-lane road in Salisbury Township, Pennsylvania, drifted off the road on a curve and plunged straight into a small utility trailer parked in the grass. It didn't ram the trailer. The Honda Civic ended up inside it, even though it was slightly narrower than the car. Oops. The impact caused the trailer to travel about 75 yards before stopping. The unidentified female driver, who was not injured, was charged with DUI. Quote, if you choose to drink, police said, choose to not drive. Technically, that wasn't driving. That was parking. So
I love the videos where it's just people. You can't park there.
I love those so much.
You can't park there.
You can't park there jokes are like farts. They're never not funny. Because it's like the perfect storm of the wrong time to say it.
Yeah, it's like the worst thing you could say at that moment. You can't park there.
I love it so much.
Especially when I've seen one where a dude was literally, his car was halfway up a tree. Can't park there.
Did you see the one? There's one where some jokesters lean out of a window and the accident is taking place. All the people involved in the wreck are standing around. And there's this one black lady standing out there and they're like arm's length from her. And they roll the window and they're like, can't park there. And then they start driving off. They're like, ha, ha, ha. Lady pulls out a gun.
I have seen that one, yeah. She's
like,
pow,
what? Pow, pow.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Can I read one more? Just because it's funny.
I like fun.
Okay. I don't know if you knew this, but you can now text with Jesus. Really? Well, maybe not really. Text with Jesus is an AI-powered chatbot smartphone app trained in biblical concepts, introduced to a divided America where 30% of the population now says they have no religious affiliation, a number that's been steadily rising. Stephanie Peter, the French-born Los Angeles-based software engineer behind the company, admits he is, that's a man.
Yeah, you can have Stephanie as a boy's name.
Okay. And now I know.
Just like Stephanie Curry.
That's not the same. Software engineer behind the company admits that he is, quote, not particularly religious himself at the moment, but says, quote, it's been incredible to see how many want to try a conversation with biblical figures. Not just Jesus, all 12 apostles are in the app. Among other biblical figures such as Moses, he hopes to have the 3 wise men added before Christmas, plus NBC added, quote, premium users can also converse with, who do you think?
God.
Satan.
Oh.
You gotta pay, but you can do it. Users insist the connections are authentic because the bot never answers their actual questions. Okay, here's what's fun about this. All 12 apostles are there. you could totally like guilt shame Judas all day long. What did you learn, Judas? Tell me again, how many pieces of silver did you trade Jesus' life for? I'm not at liberty to tell.
I just like how the creator, I'm not particularly religious, but I did see a dollar sign.
What would be awesome is if you pay to speak with, chat with Satan, and Satan just is constantly like sending you like infected pictures and links that just give you viruses and stuff. That'd be awesome. It's like, oh, your last message didn't come through. Here's a screenshot. Did you get this one? And you click on it, and then it's like malware, but you paid for it. Fun.
Then you have to message Jesus to fix it, and he'll wipe your system clean for you.
Yep. Well, I feel you have the patience of Job, speaking of other biblical characters, because just before we hit record, my sister called me and I was like, oh, hey, my sister Hannah like never calls. She's in Colorado. And I was like, hey, I'm going to take this really quick. So I muted my mic, and 1 hour later, you're still sitting here like a trooper. It was so sad. My sister's dog died, and the very old little Maggie was very old. But they had scheduled for today to humanely put her down because she was just in so much pain and everything. Yesterday, in between her and her husband, Maggie just passed away. And it was like it was so heartbreaking. She was just sobbing on the phone, and in the same breath, just gutted about this, but also like kept feeling like she needed to qualify that I realize this is just a dog. And I'm like, it's not just a dog. It's your fur baby, lady, And that was sad. So
Yeah.
I had to I had that happen right before. I had that happen. Like it happened to me. Happened to her, but poor little Maggie. Maggie's in a better place. That was one of the reasons she called. She was like, I just want to know, where do you think Maggie is? And I was like, Maggie's in a better place.
There's a whole book about that, actually.
You mean all dogs go to heaven?
No, my aunt gave when we lost our fur baby. My aunt gave me a book, and it's about dogs going to heaven. Like,
Yeah.
so I guess it's that, but it's more it's
like
more written for like
journey.
children, like children's book, like when their dog passes away, and it's like an explanation of where their dog goes.
Yeah.
And so it's just a nice little thoughtful.
I have the Gospel of Sam when it comes to animals. I believe that animals have joy from fulfilling the measure of their creation on earth, that they wake up feeling joy by doing exactly what that animal was created to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like that. I like thinking that way. I like thinking that animals, unlike us, feel joy all the time by eating the flowers in the thicket, or waiting for their owner to come home, or,
Yeah.
all the things.
I posted the book into the Google, so.
Oh, you found it. Dog
Yeah.
Heaven.
Yep.
Okay.
It's written for
Now you
all
know.
ages. Just a nice, comforting little book to read to help you, get some warm fuzzies about your dog.
Yep. And I don't know how common that is. I feel like I've heard that happening pretty often, where like someone will schedule, the end scenario for their suffering pet, and the pet's like, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this on my own. Thanks though.
Yeah.
And she said that she felt, Maggie's heart beat and then not beat, and just, it was just like I was just upside down for her, and staring at you the whole time on a muted mic, and you were Such a trooper, sitting
I was
there
just
not knowing what
watching
was going
videos
on.
of people yelling, "You can't park there."
I watched your sweet wife come in and give you a kiss.
Yeah, she went to the gym.
Is she off today?
Yeah, she has. So yesterday was she only had to work Monday and Tuesday,
Oh,
and then so she has the rest of the weekend off.
oh, that's fun.
So yep,
I can't remember. Are you guys sticking around for Thanksgiving?
yeah, we'll be here Thanksgiving. We'll just do me and her. We were gonna try to find a place to just go, like some of the restaurants in town. They'll do like a Thanksgiving thing,
Yeah.
and so we were gonna do that. But apparently, you got to get in on those like 3 months early.
Mm,
And even though we tried like a month early, and it was still, they're like, "Oh no, it's been booked up for a long time." So
yeah.
we just were like, well, last minute. So like yesterday or the day before, we went to the grocery store and bought some stuff. We just bought like a turkey breast, like the uncooked ones, not a whole
Yeah.
turkey, because it's just
Sure.
two of us.
Yeah.
And like we're both more white meat, not dark meat. So we're just like,
Yeah.
whatever. It's just
You're more
easy.
tryptophans.
Yeah. We're just, this is easy. I mean, it was like $12. It's like 3 pounds of just a 3 pound turkey breast. And yeah, just even comes with a gravy packet.
Whoa. You're set.
Yep.
You're set.
So it comes with a base for your gravy.
One of my favorite um Thanksgivings ever happened many, many years ago. But we just went to Golden Corral
Mm-hmm.
and it hit everybody's needs,
Yep.
you know?
Last year, we were in Hawaii, and we were flying out on Thanksgiving Day because it was way cheap. Like apparently, no one likes to fly on Thanksgiving.
Oh
They'd
yeah.
all be rather hanging out with their family. So
Sure.
we chose to fly out on Thanksgiving, and most flights in Hawaii going back to the mainland are all at night. And so
Yeah.
you have to kind of you have to check out your hotel. Then you kind of have like 8, 9, 10 hours to kill before you. And so it's like you don't want to get in the ocean because then you'll be covered in salt, and you have to like all this, and then you have wet clothes and stuff. So you're just kind of trolling around. And it was Thanksgiving, so nothing's open. And finally, we end up calling Jack in the Box. We're like, "Yep, we're open." So
Ah.
we went and had Jack in the Box for Thanksgiving, which it was one step actually up from one Thanksgiving when we went to IHOP.
Oh, it was an upgrade from IHOP.
Yeah, because it was not a good IHOP.
Oh,
Yeah, it was really
those are
bad.
hard. Yeah.
But yeah, we're just doing our own little Thanksgiving, just the two of us.
Yeah, our Thanksgivings always seem to like become a 4-day event because
Mm-hmm.
two families, my in-laws, my family, you end up at one for Thanksgiving, you end up at the other for the next day at Pie Day.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it kind of bleeds into the weekend. Usually there's like somebody throwing a football gathering and I go for the food.
Mm-hmm. You don't play
Yeah.
in the turkey bowl?
Every year my in-laws, they'll do a turkey bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go.
Uh, I know I've been at some place. I've lived in some places where the high school will actually do a turkey bowl where they'll rent out. It's a fundraiser to raise money for the teams, but basically you can go pay money, then you get to wear full pads. Like you can use their pads and helmets, and so
Oh, really?
all the Glory Day Uncle Ricos are out there like breaking each other's ribs and stuff because they're just like, oh, I get to play tackle football again. But they're all like 40 years old now and their bodies can't handle it anymore. So there's usually pretty sure there's usually an ambulance just waiting on standby for them.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a good fundraiser. So if you just rent out your old high school pads, if you are a high school football coach looking to raise money, just do that. You let some old dudes come play on your field with the pads, and they get to relive their glory days. You get some money for the team, and it's a win-win for everybody.
You're tapping into something that has of late been kind of a very stark interest of mine, and that is the rentability of things.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, they had a birthday party for one of their kids, and it was unbelievable. He has a large format printer, so he can print like 42 inches wide. They printed off their own versions of all of the frames. Do you remember the frames that move in Hogwarts on the walls? They printed off their own versions of all the frames, and they put them all on the walls, all through the house. Then they created candles, and then hung them from fishing line all through the house. And it was such an ornate thing. And then I went over like the next day, all the stuff's still up. I'm like, how long are you going to keep this stuff up? And they're like, oh, probably, until we get tired of it. And I was like, you should rent this. Like, take care, pull down all the candles, put them in a box, roll each poster, put them in a box, rent that on Marketplace. Like, people would rent that. And they're like, yeah, but what if it gets worn or torn? I'm like, you have like 170 candles and you reprint a poster.
At least get your own money back out of it.
Yeah.
Like
right?
at the very, like even if you only do it 3 or 4 times, get your money back.
Yeah.
And then it's a wash. Like, it doesn't matter if they ruin it because you're just getting your money back out of it.
A fun fact to know and share. A lot of people don't know this, but your AutoZone or your local like O'Reilly Auto Shop or whatever you've got in your area, most of those places rent equipment. Tools and equipment.
Specialized equipment. They'll run. A lot of those. They'll run
OBDs.
A scan on your car for free.
Yeah, you roll up to the parking lot. You're like, could you guys run a scan on my car to see what codes it's throwing? Yeah. They'll do it for free.
And they just yell in the back, Billy. He's like their 16-year-old kid who likes turning wrenches. Get the scanner out. And then you and Billy stand outside, and he just goes, well, this is throwing this code and this code at you.
Yep.
So do with that what you will, because they can't diagnose anything. They just say, well, they just kind of show you the screen. This is what it's saying. That's
buy your parts here.
Yeah, do with that what you want to do with that information.
My local small town oil, lube and oil place, I was talking to them. They were lube and oil in one of my friend's cars, and I was there, and I was like, I wish in some future life I'm going to have a shop, and it's going to be a big shop, and I'm going to dig a trench like the service pits that they have where they can get under a car and you drive the car over. And this guy was like, just come use ours. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like just call us and we got a couple bays, just come and we'll roll your car over and you can rent it by the hour. Yeah. Like, really? And they're like, yeah. And then another guy that worked there, he was like, I have an engine lift I rent out too. If you ever want to just like bring an engine lift. I was like, I could bring my engine lift to my in-laws farm and like engine lift cars. Yeah. And then I got on Marketplace just curious on how much an engine lift costs to buy. You can pick up an engine lift for like $1,800. Now, granted, an engine lift that you own is sort of like owning the exoskeleton that Sigourney Weaver is in Alien. Very hard to store. Yeah. It just doesn't break down easy.
You gotta have space.
So, but
yeah, there used to be a place until it got bought out by Camping World in southern Utah and St. George, where it was just an old dealership. And they had all the lifts in there and everything was in there. Like the tire balancing stuff was still in there. You could just go rent a bay for like a week if you wanted to, or for 3 hours, and you would have a lift. Like you'd have the tires, there was a bunch of random large equipment there you could also rent, like the tire balancer and the tire machine and stuff. But yeah, you could just go rent a lift there if you needed to work on your vehicle for a day, a week, a month. You could just rent a bay in the old shop. Yeah.
The community access kind of rental spaces and stuff that are around, like if you've got a hankering to get back into, when I was at the Art Institute, you could rent studio space and just like have a place where you keep all of your supplies and your easels and all the dirty things that you don't want in your apartment. If you're a baker, there's like community kitchens, community bakeries where you rent space time on the ovens and better ovens than you could ever own. You know?
To all the college people out there who are in college, a lot of times, like I know where I went, Dixie, well, it's Utah Tech now. Yeah. They bought an old elementary school and just filled it with stuff that the students could use for free. You just had to reserve it. So they had a full wood shop in there. They had some welding bays. They had like 3D printers. You just had to pay for the media.
Yeah.
They had like sandblasting stuff. They had a mechanics bay, and it was just part of your student, perks for being a student there. You could go down there, and there was like old retired dudes in there who would volunteer to teach you how to do stuff for like they're just there because they're bored.
Yeah.
They even had business advisors down there where you could go and talk to people about ideas, and they might actually buy your crap. Like the dude who patented the stupid cereal box fold flap,
Yeah.
he was an alum there, and he's like 70 years old, but he would every once in a while he'd have office hours down there. You could go talk to him about business ideas and what it takes to get a trademark and what it takes to get a copyright. And if he liked your stuff, there was a couple kids that sold ideas to him for hundreds of thousands of dollars where he would become an investor because, he made something like $20 million off the stupid box top
Yeah.
cardboard
Yeah.
cutout. And so there's dudes that would there's a lot of that stuff that you don't realize in your own communities.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you just have to go out and look for it and find it.
A great one. And you're right. Like sometimes we get very stagnated thinking, our passions and our interests are our own, and we're in this bubble and nobody else can kind of come in and nobody else wants to help.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, when I gave Sam this, I paid for this whole voiceover training for Sam because he's got that really low voice. And
Mm-hmm.
then I reached out to the community here and I was like, just a wild hair, but are there any like former or voice acting coaches in the area? I got hit up by like 3 people I knew from radio that were like, I'm retired. You might have heard me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing now? And he's like, I'm just retired. I'd be more than happy to help your son. And I'm like, dude, the wealth of information within a community, if you just like ask.
Yeah. And like there's a lot, and that's the thing, is there's a lot of lonely people out there too who'll do it for free because they just want to be around someone who enjoys the same stuff that they enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, and some of them aren't even retired. It's just like you might find a dude who is just a garage mechanic who doesn't have a kid and he just wants to pass on his knowledge. Like it's just finding those people. You might have a lady who's like a freaking world-class sewing instructor, and she's just bored, and she's just like, well, I have someone to talk to, and I'll show you how to sew while we talk.
Yeah. Extend a trade that's dying. They'd be more than happy to help.
Mm-hmm.
We homeschool the girls, and a bunch of families in our neighborhood homeschool. So they've coordinated some co-op times for some classes, some supplemental stuff like history.
Mm-hmm.
And they started the co-op where each parent would take a turn and do the lesson, and everybody would, show up at their house and all these kids are sitting around. And this one time, one of the parents, they knew that their mother loved this one certain topic. I think it was on the making of the American flag. And so she was like, it's my turn to do the history, but would you just do it on the American flag? And her mother was like ecstatic. She dressed up like in like the time period, did this whole presentation. And then afterward, she was like, how often are you guys doing this history? Oh, it's weekly. Would you mind if I just did it? And she just wants to so the co-op now is they meet with this parent's mother, and she cranks out another history. So like you said, you never know, like the resources that are there that are just kind of sitting dormant.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
Yep. Just got to get out there and ask and talk to people, and you'll just find cool stuff, and you'll find people helping people.
Yep. I have a shelf of microphones and boom arms that at one point at 11:59, I was like, I should just have some. And so like if people are starting a podcast and, they're getting into it, I could like loan it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got really hard I realized that the awkward part of that is like, they get down the road and they've got my loaner equipment. And then I'm like, okay, well, I got another person that could use that's starting up, and can I get that back? It's really hard to get. loaner equipment back, especially when you're like dealing with people across the nation.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't really work, but yeah, the intention was there. Well,
All good intentions go to heaven.
We've got some Music Tuesday on Thursday to do. It's Wednesday, but we're doing it because this won't age well, but Turkey Day's tomorrow, so
Yep.
we're kicking this off early. What did you bring today?
So I brought if anyone's watching the video, which you should, just look behind. I'm moving my head out of the way so you can see it.
Yeah.
Portugal the Man. I'm sure everyone's heard their really, really popular song that I can't even think of right now. But they have one song that went like #1 in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah, but they had a lot of people like, oh, this is a cool new band. They had been around for 20 years before that song went
How's the song
#1.
go?
I can't even remember.
Always something.
Portugal the Man.
Always something.
Best song. It's called "Feel It Still." So it went #1. I'm trying to listen to it right now, but I'm getting a McDonald's thing, so I can just hum the chorus.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Did they do that one?
Oh, it's that one.
What one?
It's 1986 now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That song. I'm sure everyone knows it because I'm really good at singing.
Yep.
So that song went like #1. But that like I said, they'd been a band for 20 years before that.
And then they just quote unquote blew up.
And then they just blew up overnight. They blew up overnight, as everyone likes to say. This one actually, I think I like this song better than that super popular song. This is my favorite Portugal the Man song. That one that they do is probably #4. The one.
Yeah.
That one's probably like my 4th favorite song by them. But today we're gonna listen to my favorite one. It's called Sugar Cinnamon. It's if you haven't heard of Portugal the Man, they're kind of like a little funktastic indie, like they're just a cool little band. They have like kind of their own unique style going on.
Yeah, they got a weird name too.
Yep, they got a weird name too.
I like
so
it.
This is Sugar Cinnamon by Portugal the Man. That was Sugar Cinnamon by Portugal the Man.
I liked it.
They even had a little callback to your Synth Coke. My piano begging to take me home, but he's got them keys in his nose. Kilos.
I got it.
But yeah, they're little. I like anything, not anything, but I love like they just have like a more funk in their bass line. They have the old organ, old school organ in it.
Yep.
And I just really like Portugal the Man. And yeah, listen to their old stuff too, because it's all good.
What I like about bands like Portugal the Man is it's like I say, there's a record store downtown called the Record Exchange, really creative, but it's been there as long as I was old enough to buy music. You know, I was buying tapes and CDs from there. And when I was buying tapes and CDs from there was always a dude that just hung out at the Record Exchange. I don't know who he was. Just a white t-shirt, denim jeans, cuffed once or twice, Doc Martens.
Yeah.
You know, taking a drag from a cigarette every once in a while, and then he'd go back in and hang out in the record shop. 2025, if you go to the Record Exchange, there's a guy with a white shirt, denim jeans, cuffed once or twice, wearing Doc Martens. Not the same guy.
Nope.
But there's somebody that picks up the banner, and the vibe that they're creating is 100% their own. They feel very unique, but they are a reissue of like the human version of comfort food. Like the world needs that guy. And when that guy retires from being that guy, there's someone else to pick up the banner. And Portugal the Man is a band like that to me. Yeah. It's like every 10 years there's one or two, and they're picking up the banner from the band that kicked it off like that at Woodstock. you know, but we're okay with it. Like we need it. We need somebody to pick the banner up on things like that.
I had a bunch of cousins. They were all brothers, and they had a band together, and they were straight up played rockabilly. Like
Yeah.
this was in the 90s. You know what I mean? They had the white shirts, the denim jeans, just like you're saying, the Doc Martens. They had their sleeve, like even the sleeves rolled up on their white shirts, and then they had like the curly, greasy hair. And like my cousin played an upright bass, like he played a legit upright double bass, is what he played. And then they had another of my cousins played drums, another two of my cousins played guitar, and then they sang too. And their band name was Monkey Throw Caca.
Yeah.
And they would
See?
drive around and play shows all the time. And yeah, just they would play mostly rockabilly. My one cousin is a wizard on the piano, and we'd always make him play Great Balls of Fire and family reunions. And he would just, because he would get into it, dude. He wasn't just like, like he was like playing those keys.
Yeah. I was on the piano. We have a digital piano in the house, and I turned on the church organ, and I was playing Fugue in D minor.
I love it.
The
That's
other
one of
day.
my favorite classical
Yeah.
songs.
It's fun. I just like turning that piano all the way up and just pounding that song out. And it was it was a good little moment. Mona came in and she was like, "Can you teach me Carol of the Bells?" And so for the last like 3 days, I hear dun, 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 you know. And I remember those days, like it's fun because that's how musicians start. They're like, "Mom and Dad played this one thing and I really like it." And before you know it, the record's stolen downstairs into the room. And they're wearing out one track on Steppenwolf's album or whatever it is, but they're becoming, they're forming their musicianship, That's how I did it. And, I love that. Made my heart happy.
So what musical choice are you going to bless us with today, sir?
So I brought a guy named James Vincent McMorrow, and he's become a regular staple in my playlists. Goes in sort of the folk folk category, I guess.
He looks like he's from Portland.
Yeah. But what's fun is when you hear him start singing, you're like, that's not the voice I figure would come out of that face. Because he's just this like white kid.
Yeah, he's a white kid with like a beard, kind of like mine. Little more on the patchy side.
Yeah,
and he's wearing most of his pictures of him wearing a lot of plaid and a dad hat.
Yep. So this song's called "We Don't Eat," and it's by James Vincent McMorrow. I'm just gonna play it. Here we go.
I liked it.
It's a slow burn. Like it. I don't know. There's several things I like about it. At the beginning when there's the drum beat and then piano, it sounds chaotic, like nothing's on the beat, but it's actually it's mathematically accurate, which I love that kind of stuff. It's one of the reasons I like Tool, because it's like you'll be trying to count out Tool, be like 1 2 3 4 1 2 7 8 7 8 7 7 70 1 2 3 4 1 2 7. You can't. I love it. And so
a lot of people get thrown off by I wasn't paying attention, but like upbeats and stuff.
Yeah.
People just like, whoa, and it's just like, no, that's a real thing. And like there's such thing as an upbeat.
Yep. So I love that. I love his voice. I love his voice. It's so rich. And there's a slow burn on the way that song plays out. And I love that. I don't know. And yeah, it's kind of like Brooke said in the background, quite the crescendo. I like it. Yeah. So James Vincent McMorrow and Portugal the Man. That's today's vibes. Did we bring what we brung yet?
No, we haven't talked about our brung stuff yet.
All right. Do you want to go first? Or do you want to go last?
I'll go.
Okay, rock and roll.
So I was just bringing some of my favorite movies in no particular order, and these are like lesser known movies. These aren't, because obviously, like, I'm a huge Indiana Jones nerd, and like I love like Lord of the Rings, the Christian Bale Batman trilogy, like stuff like that. These aren't these big movies. And some of these I might have talked about them before, but I'm just going to remind you that if you don't watch these,
You're
you're
going
missing out, and you're a nerd. So you need
And we
to
hate you.
watch these movies. These movies, you'll watch them, and at the very least, you'll be like, I didn't hate that. That's the bottom. Like, it's gonna keep you entertained if you need to kill an hour and a half or 2 hours, whatever, and you don't want to spend the 30 minutes looking for something. Throw one of these on. You're gonna be entertainined. You're
Okay.
not gonna regret it at all. Like, it's gonna be good. And you might even think it's great, like I do. So, because
I like that.
a lot of these are indie films. Independently produced films, because Hollywood is super canned right now, and it has been for a while. I think we talked about that just yesterday about people. They don't want to take any risks. They don't want to do anything. It's not like the 70s and the 80s where they're just like, here's a cool idea. Let's roll the dice and see if it sticks.
Yeah.
So now that everything's math, right? And it's like, well, the math doesn't math on this.
Mm.
So here we go. All right. So these movies are movies I watch all the time too. Just before I forget, these are movies that calm my anxiety because I'm a very anxious person, and a lot of these movies, like, I go back and rewatch, and they're very calming to me. So there's not like a lot of these are going to be in the same genre ish. None of these are none of these are scary movies or like huge dramas or anything. These are all very comforting movies.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, like whenever I have anxiety or I just want to feel a certain way, this is what I'll watch. There's a lot of Michael Cera involved for some reason. I don't know why, but apparently Michael Cera is calming
You're a
to
spirit
me.
animal?
Yeah. So there's a lot of Michael Cera on this list. So I'm just going to preface with that. First one,
Okay.
though, it's a film called Youth and Revolt.
Okay.
So for the main actor, we have Michael Cera, and then we have Portia Doubleday as his what do you call that? The other person?
Yep. The other
There's like a term that they use. But anyways, a lot of cool cameos in this one. It's an indie film, but there's a lot of cool cameos. People, yeah, co-star, but there's an opposite. She plays Michael Cera's opposite in the film.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of cool cameos. Justin Long, if anyone remembers, he's the Apple guy. He did all the original Apple commercials in the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
We have a cameo by Zach Galifianakis. We have Gene Smart. We have Ray Liotta. I always say his name wrong. Liotta. He's
love Liotta.
He's a funny dude.
R.I.P. Ray.
Yeah. Steve Buscemi, also a funny dude. And we also have one of the legends, Fred Willard, has a nice cameo in this movie as well. He plays a hippie. Perfect role for him.
Have you, not a sidetrack, I won't take time. Have you seen the Sasquatch Gang?
I haven't, but I want to.
Okay, Justin Long's in it. It's the best movie ever made.
Justin Long actually makes another appearance on this list later too. But
really?
yeah, I'll have to watch the Sasquatch Gang.
It's so good.
So yeah, those are the cameos and the stars. It's a coming of age story. It's about a young man named Nick Twisp. He's a shy virgin who has a crappy home life. Like, his mom uses him for child support. His dad doesn't want to be a dad. So Steve Buscemi actually plays his dad. And he's like dating a girl that his son went to high school with, kind of a thing. Just like, he doesn't like his life. He wants something more. And then he finds this new girl who's everything he ever wanted, but she likes bad boys.
Oh.
And he is not a bad boy. He is very much a follow the rules, do everything you're supposed to. He listens to like the old crooners. He likes writing. Like, he's just kind of a nerdy kid. So in order to win this girl over, he has to create an alter ego named Francois Dillinger.
Ooh.
He's playing a bad boy. So it's Michael Cera playing himself as a nerd, and then also playing an edgy bad boy who's French. So it's like, it's just
is it sort of like in his mind?
It's in his mind. Boy? So there's scenes where he's talking to himself, where it shows him talking to himself. And then when he's doing the bad things, it's always him dressed up as Francois Dillinger and not as Nick Twisp. So he has he dresses he wears like a nice linen shirt and white slacks and the loafers, and he has this little mustache and he has a cigarette. And
so it's sort of like on Christmas Story, all the Red Ryder BB gun
yeah.
flashbacks where he's the
Yeah,
hero.
he's a different, like, it shows him as a different, like, he's dressed up different personality and everything.
Yeah.
So he has this alter ego that it shows on screen, right?
I love that.
So yeah, when he's doing the bad things, doing bad boy stuff, he's always dressed up as Francois Dillinger. And so it's just, yeah, it's a funny show. 100% recommend. You're gonna like it. All the cameos make it cool too. It brings it around all around. It's fun. Next Michael Cera movie. We're just gonna do all the Michael Cera movies.
Okay, get him out of your system.
So once again, he plays another Nick. His character's named Nick again. The show is called Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Yes.
It's a really good movie. It doesn't matter. I like it because that was kind of like my college age times was very similar to that. Like going to concerts all the time.
Going to underground concerts.
You're looking for the newest bands. And so this story it's basically the Kat Dennings is the other person. Like that's the love interest is Kat Dennings.
She plays on a new show. Well, it's a new-ish show with Tim the Toolman.
Yes, and they just finished doing another show. Like I guess they like working with each other because this is their second show together. So
yeah, it's fun.
But so yeah, so it's kind of like the whole movie, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. He's in a band, and I think he's the only straight person in this band. So all his bandmates are gay except for him. So they all try to wingman for him all the time.
That's fun.
And so he's getting out of a bad relationship. He meets Kat Dennings' character at a concert. She's with her friend. Their friends get drunk, and so then the whole show is them wrangling their drunk friends, but also their favorite band is playing a secret show. So they're running around New York City trying to find all the clues to find out where that band is playing.
Oh, okay.
So the band's name is Where's Fluffy, and they're trying to find where the secret show is, but they're also trying to wrangle their drunk friends while also falling for each other. So, I mean, it's a good movie. It holds up. There's some really funny scenes. Like, it's just a comedy.
So would you say you're a rom-com?
Some of these are rom-coms. Most of these I would say are more coming of age.
Okay.
Like in that category.
Okay.
But the next one, Michael Cera again. Last Michael Cera one, I promise.
Okay.
This one's a little bigger. It got more play, like it went into theaters and stuff. I just don't think it got the love that it probably should have. Is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yep. If you like comic books, video game culture, it's awesome. If you don't, you're going to not like it. You have to like get out, like there's so many references and Easter eggs in there. And it's one of those movies that if you don't understand that, it's not funny. But if you do understand video game culture and comic book culture and that kind of stuff, you think it's hilarious.
Yep.
It's basically just about a kid who has to fight off his new love interest's evil exes. There's a league of evil exes. It's set up like a comic book, like a graphic novel, because that's what it originally is. So he has to fight this league of evil exes, and they all have superpowers. And so he has to try to fight them. And there's a lot of one-liners. There's a lot of like things. One of my favorite lines that I'll just say for no reason is he's talking to this girl and she goes, "You know what? I've never even kissed a guy." And then he just completely stops and deadpans and looks at her and goes, "Me either." And then he just keeps walking. Never even kissed a guy. Me either. So like, just a good movie. You'll just, if you like any video game stuff, like retro stuff, you'll love this movie.
It reminds me just really quick. I saw this meme the other day. It was funny. It was like just a little video short. This girl's like talking to her boyfriend, and she's like, "I just don't like it. Like, if a girl sleeps with 20 guys, she's a slut. But if a guy does it," and the guy's like, "He's gay."
Oh man. So with Scott Pilgrim, a lot of cameos too, of pretty big names. So you have like Aubrey Plaza, Kieran Culkin. I love Kieran Culkin.
I love him.
Chris Evans is in it. Brie Larson is in it. Anna Kendrick is in it. Brandon Ruth is in it. Jason Schwartzman, Bill Hader. And then the funny one is Thomas Jane. If you don't know who that is, he was like the Punisher from the original Punisher live action movie. Yeah. And he plays vegan police in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. So
Thomas Jane played. I love this. There's a sci-fi movie that he plays in, and I love it. He also was the lead character in a HBO series for a while called Hung, where he was like a male prostitute.
but yeah, this one it's like a short cameo, but yeah, he plays the vegan police.
The vegan police.
What? Gelato's not vegan? It's got milk and eggs, bitch. That's his line. It's got milk and eggs, bitch. Okay, now we're moving away from Michael Cera. Next, I'm going to do some Wes Andersons.
Okay.
I've talked about some of them before. Moonrise Kingdom is one of my favorite movies. Top 5. You're gonna like it, no matter what kind of movies you like. You're gonna like it. It's basically about two kids who are pen pals who fall in love with each other and then run away with each other, but they're on this island, so they can't go very far. And there's a storm coming, so everyone's looking for them, because this storm is like they'll die if they're out in this. It's like a hurricane kind of storm.
Mm-hmm.
Super dry humor, but it has a star-studded cast. You got Bruce Willis, Edward Norton, Bill Murray, Frances McDormand, Tilda Swinton, Jason Schwartzman again, Harvey Keitel, and that's just some of the people. Very peak Wes Anderson, and his movies are always calming. So much so that I googled why they're so calming, and this is what the answer is. Due to their unique, meticulous aesthetic, which includes strong symmetry, vibrant and curated color palettes, and detailed, often miniature-like sets that create a sense of order and visual harmony. Like, everything in those films is handpicked to be in the shot at all times. And everything is placed perfectly, very much so. Like, highly controlled, predictable visual style, it says, combined with use of precise camera angles, slow motion, and fitting soundtracks. So it just says it's very soothing and harmonious, and it tames chaotic emotions. So that's probably why I like Wes Anderson movies a lot. Then another Wes Anderson movie that I really like that you'll probably look at the picture of it and you'll be like, I don't want to watch this. It's a stop motion. It's a Wes Anderson stop motion. It's not Fantastic Mr. Fox, which is his famous one.
Oh, really? I was about to say it's going to be Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Nope. This one is called Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs.
It is really
is that the
good
one
movie.
where like the dog gets beat up, has black eye and stuff? Yeah,
like the dog. It's a stop motion and it's all like felt. The dogs are all felt.
I love that one.
And so here's the synopsis. And then I'll kind of expound on it. When by executive decree all the canine pets of Megasaki City are exiled to a vast garbage dump called Trash Island, 12-year-old Atari sets off alone in a miniature junior turboprop and flies across the river in search of his bodyguard dog, Spots. There, with the assistance of a pack of newly found mongrel friends, he begins an epic journey that will decide the fate and future of the entire prefecture. So basically, it's a fictional Japanese city. All the dogs have been diagnosed with quote-unquote dog flu, and they're all sent off to die on the same island. But Atari, the young boy, he's like, something's weird is going on. I don't think, there's some weird conspiracy theory crap going on here. So he goes to save his dog and then try to figure out what's going on and why all the dogs were exiled. So, like I said, it's stop motion, but it's very calming. It's in Wes Anderson style. There's a lot of big-time actors in here, just like most of his movies. So you have Bryan Cranston doing voice acting, Edward Norton, Bob Balaban, Jeff Goldblum plays one of the characters, and everyone loves Jeff Goldblum's voice. Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson, Fisher Stevens, Ken Watanabe, even Yoko Ono is in it, playing herself. Because she would not have it any other way.
She's like, if I'm going to ruin a movie, I'm going to do it in my own voice.
Yeah. So she has a very small cameo, and I think I don't even know why, but it's just funny. Just a really good movie, and I wish it went bigger than it got. It got bigger than it was. But yeah. So Isle of Dogs, definitely have to watch it. Speaking of dogs, Clifford. Not the big red dog, though.
Oh, okay.
So have you heard of this movie?
It's
from the 90s. Martin Short plays the main character. So he's 40 years old when they filmed this, and he plays a 10-year-old boy. He's a 40-year-old man, and his character is a 10-year-old little boy.
Okay.
That's all you really need to know about the movie. It's hilarious. He's basically plays a devil child incarnate who will stop at nothing to get to a theme park called Dinosaur World. Like, he causes planes to emergency land, calls in bomb threats to City Hall, ruins his uncle's relationship, all in an effort to go to Dinosaur World to see Larry the Scary Rex. Larry the Scary Rex, he's a scary dinosaur. But don't be scared of my sharp teeth and my mighty, mighty roar. I love kids and kids love me. That's all I can't remember the rest of the theme song.
Okay.
So I've seen it quite a bit to know the theme song.
Sounds like it, yeah.
So yeah, go and watch that. It's funny. It's just satirical. It's Martin Short playing a 10-year-old. That's all. Like, that's it. Like, it's going to be funny.
Okay.
So staying on the 90s train. Are you a Mike Myers fan?
Yeah.
How about So I Married an Axe Murderer? Did you ever see that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That movie I wish got more love than it does. Like, that has to be like a cult classic.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally Mike Myers trying to find out if his new girlfriend is a serial killer or not. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? So his buddy is a cop, and Mike Myers also plays his own dad in the movie with makeup. It's funny. One of my favorite actresses in it, Brenda Fricker. She's not in a lot of stuff. I love every movie she's ever been in for no reason. I can't tell you why I like Brenda Fricker so much. Maybe it's her name's funny. I don't know. She's the bird lady in Home Alone 2, for those of you who are of the 90s age. But yeah, she's in it. She plays Mike Myers' mom. Funny show, a lot of one-liners. Like, there's a scene where he's getting flown in a plane while his friend is, and the pilot falls asleep. It's just a good scene. He's just like, he wakes up and he's like, oh, I was just having a dream that I was being born and I was 9 months premature. And like, the doctors were freaking out, man.
It's just like a bit of goo in his hand.
And then the guy's like, they're flying through a storm, and the guy looks at him and goes, so you've like done this before? Like, you've flown to this airport before? And he goes, yeah. Never at night, though. And never in a storm. And it's night and storming outside. So he's just like, okay. So yeah, it's just a funny show, like Mike Myers comedy. Just some funny stuff. Another movie I want to bring up, I've talked about this a lot. It's called Brigsby Bear. I'm not going to go super into it. You have to watch it. Do not look it up. Do not look it up. It will ruin it.
Yes.
Do not look it up. Please. Like, I was lucky. I accidentally tripped into this movie without knowing anything about it, and it made it 10 times better than it could have ever been. I was on a flight, and there was just a movie, Brigsby Bear. I was like, whatever. I clicked on it, and I watched it. Like, that's how I found this movie, and it was perfect.
It's like trying to decide whether or not you want to watch Napoleon Dynamite from the trailer. You won't do it justice.
And it spoils it too.
It does spoil it. And if you've never seen the actor / creator / director of Brigsby Bear, you might have, like, I don't know, have you ever seen back in like Vine, when Vine was popular? I want to say it was Vine.
He was huge on Vine.
He was really huge on Vine. He was already an actor and everything, but he does this one thing where he's like hanging out at the sports game where he's wearing a leather jacket. It's like all colorful. It just says sports on the side. It's
in his house, but they're like watching a football game. It just says sports on it.
Sports, and like there'd be a play, and he doesn't know anything about sports, but he'd just be like, oh, Ben Jules, come on, Ben Jules.
Yeah, Ben Jules. Why are you doing this, Ben Jules?
Oh, Ben Jules.
And then he'll make commentaries on like what the coaches should do, and none of it makes sense because it's like the wrong sport and everything.
Have you seen him do the man on the street stuff?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
When he goes to a lizard convention, you have to so Kyle Mooney. Okay, first watch Brigsby Bear.
Yeah.
Don't look it up at all because the twist, the reveal is literally in the first 15 minutes of the movie. Yeah. So like the whole movie, anything after that, it spoils the movie. So yeah, you have to just blind watch it and then start watching just Kyle Mooney's stuff on YouTube. Oh, that guy's hilarious. He wrote for Saturday Night Live for a long time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's part of Lonely Island, which is Andy Samberg's like comedy troupe. Like he's one of so Andy Samberg has a cameo in Brigsby Bear. There's a lot of comedians in that. a lot of good cameos. I have it written down. So you have Kyle Mooney is the main character. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker
Yeah.
is in it. Greg Kinnear, Andy Samberg has his little cameo in it. Claire Danes, Michaela Watkins, and also Matt Walsh, not the political guy, the comedian Matt Walsh.
It feels a bit Wes Anderson like.
It does, yeah.
It does. It feels Wes Anderson like. And if you like it, if you like Brigsby Bear after you watch it, I would highly recommend you watch Gentleman Broncos next. Oh my gosh. They're like, I don't know why, they're totally different, not even in this. No, there's no correlation, but they're like two movies you should watch back to back.
And so one thing I can say without giving it away though, it's dry comedy. It's a little dark, but not super dark. But it's based on 80s kids TV shows. Like that's where the inspiration comes from. So if you grew up in the 80s or early 90s and watching those kids TV shows, you're going to like this show because it's very nostalgic. But yeah, it's super good. Like I said, do not look it up before. Just go watch it. No trailers, no synopsis, nothing. Just watch it and it'll make it 100 times better.
Yeah.
Okay. So, another movie that I really like it's a John Heater movie. It's not Napoleon Dynamite. It's a 2016 indie film called Ghost Team. It's just a feel-good movie. Doesn't have good ratings, but I've watched it twice, so it's good enough for me to go back and watch it again. It's basically about a guy who's bored with his life. He's stuck in an infinite loop, so he decides to do something different and goes all in on it. So it's like a ragtag misfit come together show with a hilarious twist. They like make fun of ghost adventures, but not in like a mean way. It's just fun. But yeah, what's his name? The Apple guy is in that too. Jason Long. He's one of the main characters. Justin Long.
Yeah.
And then what's her name? Sedaris?
Amy Sedaris.
Amy Sedaris is in it. She's funny. She plays a psychic, but she's not psychic.
Me talk pretty one day.
Yeah. So it's a fun movie. That one is like if you just want to kill some time and just turn it on and watch it. It's a good movie. Next, and I think you've talked about this one before, Hunt for the Wilder People.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't seen it, so Hunt for the Wilder People, here's all you need to know. 97% Rotten Tomato score. 97%.
A gem from New Zealand.
Yes. It is so good. Same, I don't want to give away too much. It's just about a kid in the foster system who is a constant runaway, and he develops a relationship with a grumpy old codger type guy, and it's just hilarious. Like, so funny. The kid, the actor, the kid actor, perfect for that role. Like, it was almost like that movie was written for him, and the way he was able to just perform in that show, very heartwarming and hilarious. Very but laughing too.
If you like that one, again, no correlation between these, but if you like Napoleon Dynamite and you like Hunt for the Wilder People, you have to watch Eagle versus Shark. Have you seen Eagle versus Shark yet?
I haven't seen Eagle versus Shark.
Dude, it's Jermaine Clement from like Flight of the Conchords. It is so good. It is so funny. it's cringy, but it's funny. It's really
to be honest, if you didn't like Napoleon Dynamite, you would still like Hunt for the Wilder People. It's not like if you like Napoleon, you'll definitely like this one, but at the same time, it doesn't work the other way sometimes.
Yep. The kid from it, the chubby kid, he was just in a movie that we watched, but he doesn't have his New Zealand accent, and I was like sad because I was like, it kind of makes him, it's like I don't know who convinced him to just be an American accent in it, but I was like, no, go back.
All right, 2 more, and then I'll turn it over. So these ones are more like, these aren't like comedies per se. These ones are they're a little more tearjerker. They're both based on true stories. And having lived in Africa for a little bit, I kind of have a soft spot there for these kind of movies. First one is called The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. It's a feel-good story based on a true story about William Kamkwamba. That's Kamkwamba. He's a young schoolboy who actually, like, basically his family is very poor. They can't afford the tuition for his private school anymore, but he wants to learn. So he blackmails one of the teachers there who's like dating his sister so that he can go into the still use the library, still like access books and stuff. So he has to teach himself. His dad's like, "Well, we can't afford you to go to school, so you need to work on the farm or else we're going to lose it." But he's like, "Hey, I think I can figure out to make stuff better." So he teaches himself how to basically use technology with garbage scraps to kind of save his family's farm. It's just a feel good movie, not in like a cheesy Hallmark way. Like it's actually well made. Um, it's just it's a good show. It's a good time filler. The next one is called The First Grader. This story made me cry. I'm not gonna lie, this movie made me cry. It's a 2010 film based on the true story of 84-year-old Kenyan farmer Kamini Maruge, who enrolls in first grade after the government announced free primary education. So he's an 84-year-old. He was a veteran of a war. He didn't go to school. He was fighting in the war instead of going to school as a little kid. Never had a chance to learn how to read or write. And that was his dream, was just to be able to read and write. And so it's his struggle going through school with first graders, an 84-year-old. Made me cry a little bit, just a feel-good movie. I really like it. And that's my list of movies, and Sam had to go. And now I'm just on the mic by myself. What are some of your favorite movies, guys, in the back door? Not like Harry Potter, not like Gift. Is that a movie or just a word? I don't know. He's coming back. He's coming back. I'm done. I was just asking people what their favorite movies were. We have Jane's Addiction, not the band, but the movie. We have Gift.
Coming down the Sam 2.0 just stopped by. I had to go out and
Breakfast on Pluto is another one that our listeners like.
Moon. All the movies that you mentioned. Have you seen Moon?
I have heard of Moon. I haven't seen Moon.
Sam Rockwell. It's top of the list for like anyone that watches it is like, all right, I have a new movie in my top of the list. It's that good. It's so good. Check out Moon. I love the movie topics. Like I could go forever talking about movies. I'm not prepared to do it this time, but I have been on a animated short kick.
Oh, okay.
And I have a gob of animated shorts that range from 3 minutes to 35 minutes that I've watched that I don't know why. The weirder an animated short, the better for me. Like I really like weird stuff. Like I love it when like it'll be like a stop motion animation and the characters have just like dead faces, like there's no expression,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did watch the documentary, the Quilters.
Oh, did it make you cry?
Good. Yeah, it's so good.
Dude, that is so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
I wish they had like a series of it.
What?
So I wish they made it into like a actual series.
Exactly. It was 30 minutes long. I'm like, wait, that's all? I need I need a 10-part series. I need like seasons worth of it.
It's so good.
Okay. I'll bring what I brung. On a hot August afternoon, 1957, Connie Mack Stadium. Chance, geometry, and bad luck teamed up to write one of the strangest chapters personally in history, but particularly baseball history, but just history, something that never will happen again. It began as a lot of baseball stories do. You got a foul ball off the bat. In this case, it's off the bat of Phillies leadoff man Richie Ashburn, and ended with a single fan becoming an unwilling, unforgettable part of the game. So it's August 17th, 1957, Phillies versus the New York Giants, a routine National League game in a long, grinding season. The crowd was kind of modest, only several thousand fans scattered through Connie Mack Stadium, but among them sat a woman named Alice Roth, who was about to become the unluckiest fan in baseball frickin' history. Alice wasn't just any fan. She was the wife of Earl Roth, the sports editor of the Philadelphia Bulletin. And she brought her 2 young grandsons to the ballpark that day for what was supposed to be a simple summer memory. Just a nice game, some sun, and a story to tell their friends.
I like baseball games.
Yeah, me too. I love the smell. I like being there. I like the food.
Live baseball is definitely 100 times better than watching it on TV.
Oh, yeah. 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 It's also kind of funny because it's one of those games where there's almost no sound. You could be deaf and be at a baseball game and like, other than the roar of the crowd, you're watching the exact same sensory experience. Yeah, maybe a tick every once in a while when a ball gets hit, but other than that, it's like you could be watching it from space and it wouldn't change.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So anyway, here they are, Alice and her 2 grandsons. Their seats were good ones. They were down the third base line in prime foul ball territory. For those that don't know, that's a great place to be, especially for if you're sitting there in anticipation of a left-handed hitter like Ashburn was. So Richie Ashburn steps to the plate in the middle innings, doing what he always did. He worked the count, spoiled some pitches, sent some foul balls screaming into the lower bowl. On this at-bat, one of those fouls hooked sharply toward the stands, rocketing into the third base side where Alice and her grandsons sat. There was no time to react. The ball struck Alice squarely in the face, breaking her nose and dropping her instantly. The game stops. Ushers and medical staff rush in. The crowd's usual murmur went flat and uneasy. There's this din across the whole stadium. Hushed the fans. Just everything turned serious. Her grandsons watched as their grandmother, bleeding and shaken, was lifted onto a stretcher. For them, the day had already veered from day at the ballpark to this is something we're never going to forget.
Yeah.
The players on the field, including Ashburn, knew they'd just witnessed one of the more frightening possibilities of their profession, a line of text every ticket carries in tiny legal print brought to life. Then the story crossed from unlucky to unbelievable. As the medics began to carry Alice out, stretcher angled toward the exit, her grandsons being guided away in shock, the game resumes. So at the plate, still facing the same pitcher, still in the same at-bat, Richie Ashburn digs his heels in. The next pitch came in, Ashburn swung. Foul ball. Again, down the third baseline. This time, the ball didn't search out a random seat. It found Alice Roth again. Mid-evacuation, strapped to the stretcher. The second foul ball smashed into her leg, reportedly breaking a bone and turning a freak accident into something that sounded like a badly written tall tale. Except everyone in the park had just seen it happen. So, very real, totally wild. In the space of 2 pitches and 1 single at-bat, one hitter had struck the same woman twice with 2 different foul balls. First, he broke her nose. Then he injures her leg as she was being carried away. Statisticians have estimated the odds of a fan being hit once by a ball at hundreds of thousands to 1. The odds of getting hit twice in the same at-bat are so absurd that they're usually described with one word. Absolutely impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 2 words. For Alice's grandsons, the rest of the game might as well not have existed. Their grandmother had gone from spectator to headline, from person in the stands to part of baseball lore in less than 5 minutes. Long before anyone thought in terms of going viral, this was the kind of story that would travel through newspapers and trivia books and bar conversations for decades. Alice, she recovers from her injuries, but she reportedly never again sat close to the field. Instead, when she did go to games, she chose the outfield bleachers, distant and safer and far from the invisible fall bow trajectory that somehow found her twice. Richie Ashburn, by all accounts, was shaken, super shaken, deeply apologetic. He went to visit Alice in the hospital, and what began as a sorry I broke your nose and your leg visit turned into an unlikely ongoing friendship between player and fan. So over time, Ashburn and Roth family stayed in contact. So their relationship became one of those only in baseball kind of connections that fans cherish. In an odd twist of fate, Ashburn would later write for the Philadelphia Bulletin, the same paper where Alice's husband had been sports editor. So it kind of tied their lives again together in this quiet, unexpected way. And the Phillies organization, they also stepped in. Later that month, the team invited Alice's grandsons back to the ballpark, letting them watch batting practice from the dugout and sending them home with a ball signed by the entire 1957 team. So the club couldn't rewrite the physics of that day, or, they couldn't rewind those foul balls, but they could try to change the emotional ending of the story for the kids who watched it all happen. On paper, August 17th, 1957 goes down as a 3-1 Phillies win over the Giants, with Richie Ashburn going for 2 for 4 and doing what great leadoff hitters do. But the box score only tells part of that story. Hidden in that foul ball column is a moment when probability broke down and a fan stepped accidentally into history, never to be repeated again. I thought that was wild.
Yeah.
So
There's
brung it.
Depending on where I sit at the baseball field, I will bring a glove. I literally will wear my glove
While you're there?
For that reason.
Yep.
Because I don't want to catch a foul or have to block it with my bare hand. Like I've caught ground balls and stuff with my bare hand playing. It hurts.
I've caught grounders with my bare face. I hate a pop-up grounder. Nothing worse.
Yeah, I barehanded one once, and my thumb was messed up for about 3 years.
Yeah, it'll do a number on you.
For 3 years, like, my thumb was just jacked up. Like, I had maybe 30-40%, like, of my actual grip strength in my thumb. And one day I was just, like, so sick of it, and I just grabbed my thumb, because I couldn't pop it at all either. Like, it never, like, because I pop my knuckles all the time.
Yeah.
And one day I kind of just, like, rage quit, and I grabbed my thumb, pulled as hard as I could, and it sounded like wet meat tearing. And then all of a sudden my thumb was like, I was like, oh my gosh, it doesn't hurt and I can use it. So like I just had a big old chunk of scar tissue that I literally had to manually, rip to get my thumb back to where it should be. Now it's fine.
Yep.
It's fine now.
The body.
Bodies suck sometimes. That story just reminds me of the Studio C clip. I posted it in the. Have you seen that? The Scott Sterling clip, where it's a volleyball where he keeps just catching the ball in his face and he's not even trying to.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a pretty funny one. He's passed out and they're still using his body to block spikes in volleyball.
Studio C's awesome. It's like a sane version of SNL.
Yeah, it's a clean version of SNL.
Yeah, it's actually attracted a lot of celebrities for cameos on it. There's been several. They've got some funny movies that have come out of it. The acting troupe from them it's just so good, so funny. But yeah, I think it started as maybe is still, I don't know, it was a BYU acting troupe
Yeah, well, because BYU has their own TV
production network.
production network that you can
Yeah.
go to school there to learn.
Right.
So they have their own, everything, like production facilities, like everything. Like at one point, other than ESPN, they were the only place that you could live stream 4K west
Oh,
of the
really?
Mississippi for a while.
Wow.
Other than ESPN, that had a mobile unit that would come, they were the only ones who could stream in 4K.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
cool.
for like a number of years. So yeah, they do a lot of, they have, like, you can go to school and learn how to do that stuff at BYU, and so yeah, they have all their own facilities and all that stuff.
My second nephew is the professor over video production
Mhm.
there, and he used to work for me, and now he's a professor.
I heard your neighbor's truck.
Did
The
you?
one you were
Yeah,
talking
right.
about.
Jeez.
That's got to be a Flowmaster.
Oh, this might be straight pops. I'm not even quite sure.
It's got some glass packs on there.
Pretty intense. I should
Yeah.
talk to him about what he's doing. Anyway, that's all we got for today.
Yep.
And we'll be back again next week. And until then, super soup, people. Soup.
Bye.
So, soup, let's start the show.